Hello and welcome. I'm excited to share with you information about our new seasonal membership, the ReMembering Collective. So welcome and thank you for being here. So our membership has evolved over the last few years, and I'm really excited about what is coming through for the next year. So the idea behind this is that we will keep the seasonal events, so the solstice, the equinox, eclipses, and mid-season events. They will still be part of it. We will still meet together online to meditate, to heal, to evolve, and look at what is coming over the coming weeks and months ahead. What is changing is that there will be more of a course element to it, a taught element to it. So instead of just moving with the moon cycles or working with what is in the astrology, which can sometimes take us in very different directions, there's going to be more of a linear progression through the content. Of course, these calls and these events will include meditation and healing. They always do. But the hope is that with each season, you'll have time to really dive deep into the content, to demystify the information, to begin to apply the skills and the gifts within your own life, and also to connect with other like-minded people who are potentially going through similar things, so that you can share experiences and share your knowledge and wisdom within a wonderful collective of people. So there will be two options for you. You can, of course, just choose to book and join each season on a season-by-season basis, to whichever seasons call you the most. I would encourage you to consider joining for the year. Because the idea behind the design of this is that it is a year-long container of awakening. So each of these four components are important in the awakening process. And you don't have to necessarily start with the winter and work through. Even if you started in the summer but continued for a year, you would have all the components. There's not necessarily a first, second, and third. All of these are important in the alchemy of awakening. So in the winter, we are working through intuition. So intuitive senses, psychic senses, looking at who we are as energetic beings and how our physical nervous system and senses connect with our energetic awareness and expansion, how one influences the other, and really what it is to resolve the fears, the resistance, the superstition, all the things that come into play when it comes to our own intuitive senses. So yeah, again, an opportunity to more deeply understand them. There will be time to practice, to get used to utilizing these senses, being used to even just living in a paradigm where that's possible, because a lot of us don't. And really being able to embrace that and move forward with that. The spring, we will focus on conscious boundaries and really how our conscious choices, our yeses and our nos in our daily lives on a daily basis. This is what makes up our lives. This is what contributes to the quality of life that we lead and to whether we are aligned with our Dharma, with our purpose or not. And the reality is that the more we can become clear on our conscious boundaries and our choices, the more we are able to live in a state of flow, which is really where we all feel most fulfilled, we feel most aligned, we feel most at home within ourselves. So the summer will be focused on turning wounds into wisdom and the healing process, and really the point of the healing process. It's not just to resolve pain and difficulties and obstacles, but it's to bring us into deeper alignment with who we really are and why we're really here. To take away the filters and the misunderstandings and the perceptions of who we think we are versus who we really are. And also an understanding that a lot of the karmic wounding, these cycles that we go through, these are some of the greatest lessons and the greatest opportunities for awakening that we have in our lives. So if we can understand them, if we can go into them and glean the wisdom and gain the lessons from them, then we can evolve in a much more graceful way, and we move into a deeper alignment where we have more impact, where we are most fulfilled, and where we really enjoy the life path that we are on. And then for the autumn, we are going to be looking at initiation and becoming the elder. So this is really focused on cycles, so cycles of death and rebirth, the cyclical nature of life. We live within cycles of seasons, of hormones, of chemicals. Our bodies are going through cycles all the time. We're living within them on this earth and astrologically as well. And the reality is that on some level we're often resisting or fighting these cycles. If we're wanting to create something new, something has to change, something has to evolve or has to release or die away. So a lot of this is kind of gaining more clarity and understanding of the why behind a lot of this, but also resolving our resistance to it and our fear of it so that we can embrace these cycles and move with them instead of feeling like we're dragged along by them or that we have to suffer through them. Because again, the reality is that if we understand and embrace them, it can be fun, it can be joyful, it can be beautiful, and it can be so life-enhancing and rewarding to move through that. So again, there will be about 10, 11 calls each season. 3 of those will be the seasonal calls. About 6 or 7 of those will be kind of the taught information, which includes meditation, time to heal, time to connect with the group. There will be an opportunity to be in touch with me if there are questions, or to share anything that's going on with yourself within the group as well. So please feel free to be in touch with me if there's any questions about any of this. There's lots of information on the website, on the membership page, and I would love to hear from you and would love to have you with us if you feel called. Thank you so much.